So a few months back, we covered this executive order that is called Promoting Access to Mortgage Credit. It was March of 26 that executive order came down. And if you remember us talking about, they're trying to make adjustments, but not going through Congress to do so. Why? Because we've talked about it here before, the makeup in Congress, it's not lending to new laws or changes to laws to be done in that manner. So what can they change? They can take regulations and they can modify things that are not statutory, things that are not part of the original law. And so where the CFPB, or maybe it was the Federal Reserve, whoever was in charge of that particular law or regulation at the time, where they filled in the gray areas that the law didn't, that's really what is the target here. And so they're doing a request for information on the heels of this executive order to try to say, all right, hey, we want some comments, we want some feedback on potential changes that could be made in certain areas to improve access to mortgage credit. Now, if you choose to take and make comment, you have to have it in by August 10th of 2026. So if you've got issues, druthers, if you've got something you want to, say, I'd like to see this done differently on the topics I'm about to present, it's got to be in by August 10th. And the format for doing that, you'll need to go make sure you take a look at that request for information. But what's on the table? TRID, believe it or not, is on the table. Now, again, they can only address things that are in the regulation, things that are statutory, they'll be hard and fast. You won't be able to mess with those. But what's on the table with TRID is just kind of the overall timing of the disclosures, the loan estimate, the closing disclosure, and how that impacts access to credit and whether or not there can be adjustments made. They want to hear from you on that. How they go about producing guidance, the model disclosure forms, are there adjustments that could be made there? Tolerances, change circumstances, electronic disclosures and forms, construction loans, are there special things that should be done there? And probably the number one thing that caught my attention was there's a question in there about the potential tailoring of TRID requirements for small banks and small credit unions. I'm not sure what or how far they can go with that one, but they talk about exemptions, exclusions. That could be an interesting one as far as this undertaking goes. So TRID is on the table as far as potential changes to promote access down the road. Truth in Lending Act is also on the table with respect to right of rescission. Now, I don't know how far they can take this, and there's really only one direct question in the request for information that addresses right of rescission. It's number 9 if you want to go fishing for it. But they want feedback on the timing of it, guidance associated with right of rescission, model forms, and then the coupling of rescission, the think time before the money gets dispersed, and the TRID delays, kind of all coupled together. Is that hindering access to mortgage credit? And they want your feedback. Now, there is a third thing. I'm not going to go into detail on it. I'll bullet point it, but it's reverse mortgages. I don't know a lot of clients out there that actually do reverse mortgages, and maybe some of you do, but they also are looking for some feedback on reverse mortgages in that same request for information.